All right, coming back to it. I'm starting to lose track of how many videos I'm making here. But I'm having a lot of fun correcting the record. I hope everyone's having fun with me. So, where I'm at now is I did place something on the record while I was at Oregon State Hospital. They had me there for 66 days, shipped me there on Halloween of 2011, and released me on like January 6th of 2000. Well, didn't release me, transferred me back to Marion County. I was deemed competent to stand trial at Oregon State Hospital. It took them 66 days to bring in about 64 days to bring in an independent doctor who said I was competent within a couple hours. Anyways, while I was there, I was learning a lot about law, and I was laying stuff on the record because I was right there in the system. I was in the belly of the beast. They were listening to everything I did, watching everything I did. And show you some copyrighted material here. The sovereign minister within administrative agencies. The Sovereign Symposium Incorporated Confederation of Law was established by the Sovereign Public Ambassador, employer by law of natural resources, who has gone missing as far as I know. I went looking for him and could not find him. They asked me, why do you think you're at Oregon State Hospital? And I thought about it. This is my response that I laid on the public record. Well, I laid it on the internal record, I should say. Now I'm laying it on the public record, and then I'm going to correct it. Little things. The courts, the hospitals, the jails, and the government in general, at every level, are infiltrated or run by secret societies. And I would consider the bar attorneys to be one of those. Because the ends at court are secrets. Well, anyways. But also the Jesuits, the Freemasons. These societies are consciously engaged in the perpetuation of their power and their agendas. I'm not a member of any of these secret societies, and I have substantial internal revenue that stems from my goodwill. When I was a child, I was asked, if the genie thing, like, what if you could have 3 wishes, what would they be? And I was just a little child, and it was so. My initial response to that question was I wanted no more war. I wanted world peace. I was born in the late 70s, or the mid to late 70s, and grew up under Reagan. And I grew up during his administration, and me and all my friends were deathly concerned with the Russians coming and just had to live in this made-up fear. And I guess that's what I just really wanted, world peace. The other thing I really wanted was health. I wanted everyone to be healthy. I just didn't like sickness. It just really broke my heart to see people get sick and be so miserable. And the third wish was that we would no longer age, and that we would age gracefully. I saw lonesome older people, and it really broke my heart. And so those are my 3 wishes as a child. So that's what I brought into the world. That was my baseline. And so going back to this, that stems from my goodwill. I have substantial internal revenue that stems from my goodwill and my consanguinity, my bloodline, which has purposely been held in collateral by wrongdoers. I am now here to deliver my consanguinity from collateral to lineal, for I have a principal interest in testate succession expectancy reversion that shall run with the land and his heirs, through the laws of descent and distribution, and whose covenant is habendum. I am here to collect my bond so that I can be an economical force in today's market, with the intention of using my internal revenue to aid and assist my fellow humans, the people, and the planet, Earth, Gaia, our only home, the only home we know of, in our bodies. And my spirit has So, of course, the disclaimer of the mystery applies throughout all. I intend on and am eagerly anticipating purchasing land, real property, to establish a community for people Well, I said humans. Okay, so I'll just keep reading this as I wrote it, and then I'll correct it. That are seeking to know, understand, and learn about human rights and sovereignty. This land will be coupled with other services such as organic gardening to feed humanity and to reconnect people to the land. Independent energy and innovative sustainable buildings will also be a theme, as well as an emphasis on community outreach or inter-community symbiotic relations. I will also be focused on restoration of natural ecosystems and restoration for trees are my friends. Truly my family. They've truly bore me through some of the worst moments of my life, all by myself in the forest, and they were there for me. And I am there for them. So, and as a Washington State national, I am so proud, and a longtime inhabitant living on Oregon. I love the forest in Idaho, in Northern California. We just got the greatest forests. Yay. It's so sad they've been raped and pillaged by these corporate privateers. Independent energy and innovative sustainable buildings will also be a theme, as well as an emphasis on community outreach or inter-community symbiotic relations. I will also be focused on restoration of natural ecosystems and restoration for trees, restoration of forests. Oh, reforestation for trees are my friends, as well as having incredible inherent value. Trees have incredible inherent value. Way more valuable standing up alive than they are chopped down and sold to China for $1 a foot or whatever it is, dollar a tree. I will also, which is just a criminal shame. Shame on you. Shame on the government that would do that. Sell a whole Doug fir tree for $1 to China. Get out of here. Surrender your corporate charters. I will also use my wealth to pay off all my debts and all the debts of my family, as well as establish my family in equitable life positions so they're no longer bound to the system of involuntary servitude. Okay, so I'm changing that right now. I'm not going to pay off any debts. You're going to pay off debts. Debts, you imaginary debts. That isn't even real. Where does the earth in debt? Even if the earth is a giant pool of lava that you want to try to make it debt, it's not true. It's still producing a bunch of heat. It's not. There's nowhere the earth is in debt. Debt is a made-up concept. We can't torture people anymore with these made-up concepts. Time to get back to law. And if you won't come home, you're going to get crushed by the land itself, okay? The land is so tired of this. I have sat in the forest and heard the trees. They are done. They've been very patient. They want to know where their red brethren are. Where are the youngsters? Where are they? You know, because we've got old trees that remember 1,000 years back. They've got questions. I did my best. I am competent to be in court, and I can speak. I am sui juris, and I am familiar with the particulars of my arbitration to hold the inferior corporation of the state of Oregon in default for the fictitious and colorable jurisdiction. And the copy they gave me didn't cut off the last few words. So yeah, let's correct this. No debts. Not agreeing to any debts for anybody. Not agreeing even to the idea that debt is real. Except the debt of gratitude we all owe each other. Yep. Still here. Yep. Not a member of any secret societies, and I recognize that they've infiltrated every level of government. Yep. I'm still here with my intestate succession expectancy reversion. Haven't heard anything yet. Here to collect the bond that was created in my name, but not expressed. I wasn't ever told about it, so it was created in fraud, and fraud vitiates all contracts in every jurisdiction of law. Nowhere is it fraud okay. Once it's found out, busted. Yep. Still hoping to get some land, real property, you know, and actually, yeah. And I'm still Prince Sovereign of the Queendom of Cascadia, founded by sovereign human beings for the purpose of voluntary conscious cooperation to lawfully accomplish planetary redemption locally. It's a cultural phenomenon, you guys, the Queendom of Cascadia. And I am a principal sovereign of it because the universe came up with the idea in here somewhere, or in here, and I'm one that's been talking about it. So it's under copyright. The Sovereign Symposium Incorporated Confederation of Law is under copyright by the Sovereign Public Ambassador, and he invited me into it and asked me to be sovereign minister, or honored me with that understanding of who I am, the sovereign minister within administrative agencies from the Sovereign Symposium Incorporated Confederation of Law, employer by law, natural resources. My name is my property. It shall not be used for commercial transactions without full disclosure and clear authorization from me. Federal Property Law Section 1231. All right. We're moving right along. Wow. So we'll finish this with just getting in now to verifying who I am. This is part of the process. So I have a certificate of live birth here. You'll see that Kevin Christopher Raymond's name's on there. I'm not agreeing to any of these documents other than it's evidence of the fraud, and it is what I can use to establish the record. Okay, so you'll see I was born on King County. It's kind of backwards, I think, to you guys. I was born on King County, and it's a certified copy. Yay! I've covered up all these weird words and numbers that they threw on here that I don't understand what they mean. They probably mean something sinister. But yeah, I covered those up. You'll see that I was born on Seattle, born on King County, Washington. They've got it in all caps. I'm not submitting to that jurisdiction. That's corporation. But it's the information, okay? I'm using this to convey the information. So there is a certificate of live birth. You guys out there in the public audience are now seeing this. You see it's certified. Now I want to show you, this is the copy. I carry a copy of this with me, and you can see that I've amended it. I've amended it. Fraud vitiates all contracts. I bow to the law that guarantees remedy and relief. This document is evidence of conspiracy against human rights and the rights of mankind. I honor human rights in the high, and when I say human rights, I mean it in the best sense. I'm going to use goodest. I'm going to create that right now because we do need a goodest. I honor human rights to live and to love, to be free in our pursuits, as long as we remember to do no harm and heal all harm that we possibly can. I am an eternal being. Washington State native. Yeah. So there's all kinds of things on here, and I carry a copy of this with me, just in case I run into any of these corporate LEOs that are running around. Most of whom probably do not actually understand. The Congress passed laws that keep these types of law enforcement agencies from being very intelligent. Like, they don't want them to be. I'm so ashamed to admit this, but when I was younger, I was trained in martial arts with a bunch of guys, and several more law enforcement, and worked at county jails. And I actually went in and started through an application process, and they quickly let me know that in various ways that I don't belong. Okay, so I also carried this with me for the time being because strict necessity. I'm doing my best. It seems reasonable to people that have some form of identification on them. I'm not going to use your IDs that you're going to, yeah, because when I sign on your ID, it means that you think I'm submitting to your inferior jurisdiction. And I'm so tired of that presumption. I just can't accept it anymore. That's why I don't have a job right now. I'm not going to go in and get a job and fill out tax returns and get back into your system so I can earn a couple $100 so I can notarize documents. It's just insane to think I would, after everything I've been through, that I'm going to go back into the slave system. I'm sorry. I'm doing this right here, right now by operation of law as a strict necessity. Yeah, so anyways, this was signed. Mary Gibney, she's a living woman. My brother, a living man, he witnessed it. There's their signatures. I'm not trying to give away to people's private information. And last but not least, here's my seal. I did it with my blood. I didn't have any red ink, but show me a corporation that can bleed. All right, 15 minutes.